is a presentation of BFA Sports. Good afternoon and welcome to the beautiful campus of Camden County Community College here in Blackwood, New Jersey for some Region 19 baseball. It is the home opener for the Cougars as they host the visiting Roadrunners of Rowan College, South Jersey, Gloucester. For BFA Sports, Doug Stasic and the BFA Sports crew here to bring you all of this matinee here on Thursday. Setting the stage for this game, the Roadrunners, the visitors, come in winners of 3 in a row. They had swept Middlesex College. Combined score of 26-9. Some impressive efforts offensively for RCGC. Diaz in the 7-1 victory. He was 3 for 4. Graber 3 for 5. In the second game of that series, again, it was Diaz 2 for 2, and it was also Fowler 2 for 4, but the third baseman Rocco Bresniak was 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs. They're going to face a Camden team looking for their first win. Mother Nature remains undefeated and hasn't been too nice to the schedule. New head coach John Scanzano bring the troops in with a 0-1 record. Just one loss. They fell to Brookdale just the other day to open up the 2023 season. And for RCGC, already 10 games under their belt. They've accumulated 75 runs and come in with a .306 batting average. We'll talk more about those individual players and some festivities. Pre-game first ceremonial pitch is Dr. Lewis is going to come out. Dr. Lewis making her way out to the mound here on campus, and she's going to shorten up to 60 feet 6 inches, and she's calling her pitch. Hoping to have Dr. Lewis get some good luck here, throw this strike, get Camden underway, and she does. So a nice job there by the Associate Dean. She'll come on over at some point early in the broadcast, talk a little bit about the college. I want to thank them for being here today. And for South Jersey baseball fans, quite a few familiar faces, both on the rosters of both these teams and in the stands, as a bit of a reunion tour as we get ready to kick things off and underway here in Camden. Go through the starting lineups momentarily, and leading things off for the Roadrunners, it'll be Scotty Young, the center fielder wearing number 22. Starting on the mound for Camden County is number 19, Zach Coluccio. First pitch misses for a ball. That ball fouled out of play down the third base side. Quickly 1-1 count to the left-handed swinging Scotty Young. Skies another one. Fouled out of play. Young hails from the West Coast. He is an Orange County, California native. Spent some time in the summer here and decided to stay. Play his JUCO ball out here. Swing and a miss. And Coluccio starts things off with a K. Zach Coluccio locking it down. See it here on the BFA instant replay. Just good action, low and away. Good late movement. And got one in the books. That'll bring up Paul the Sixth alum, Jimmy Bruno. Bruno looks like he's squaring a bunt. No call. So it'll be 1 ball. No strikes. Jimmy Bruno. Another nice pitch there by Coluccio. Jimmy Bruno coming in his sophomore campaign with a .233 batting average. There's a ball hit hard, but nicely caught by the first baseman, Alec Applebaum. So a quick 2 outs for the Cougars. Getting things started here in the home opener. Unassisted put out, 3U variety. We'll get a chance to set the Camden defense for you as number 23, Aaron Graber, starting right fielder, comes to bat with 2 outs. There's a hard hit ball, third base side. It'll be Nicola, a little hot to handle. And that'll put a runner aboard. As that one ate him up a little bit. Now with a runner at first. A bit of a tall order for the starting pitcher, Zach Coluccio. As number 12, Felix Diaz, the hulking first baseman, steps in. Home plate umpire Mark Rowan going to make notes as we have ourselves a late addition to the field as a coach. Player coach, that is. A little late to the game now with a runner over at first. That ball misses away, and Diaz was on fire in the series against the Colts of Middlesex. 3 for 4 in Game 3, and looking back 2 for 2 in Game number 2. Coluccio with a nice frozen pitch there. Had good late movement. It's a called strike. Evens the count now at 1-1. Here with 2 outs. Diaz fist one foul. Right side out of play. He's had 32 at-bats already in the 2023 campaign. Amongst the team leaders with a .406 batting average. Coluccio winds and fires. That one is upstairs. Now evens the count at 2-2. Gorgeous day for baseball. Temperatures just north of 50 degrees. Coluccio's fastball actually was called for a balk. So Graber will be awarded second as home plate umpire Mark Rowan didn't believe he came set. Coluccio now still 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out to end the top of the first, scoreless as the Cougars get ready to take their first hacks here at home in 2023 on BFA Sports. Bottom of the first here in Blackwood, New Jersey, as the Camden County Cougars come to bat with their starting lineup. Leading things off, it'll be the shortstop, number 2, John Martinez. Zach Cervini is the right fielder batting second. Ryan Hansberry, the catcher behind the dish. Aiden Crean, he's in center field. Alec Applebaum with a hot stop in the top of the first. He's at first base. Nick Napoli, the designated hitter, he'll bat 6th. Gavin Callahan in left field bats 7th. Antonio Nicolo bats 3rd. And in the 9 spot, it is the second baseman, number 4, Christian Caminati. And they're going to face Ricky Glasscock. He's on the mound. His battery mate is Justin Killick. Going around the diamond in the outfield, A.J. Tropiano is in left. Scotty Young is in center. Aaron Graber over at right. Rocco Bresniak is at third, while Jimmy Bruno is at short, and Edwin Hernandez gets the start at second. The big first baseman, Felix Diaz, wears number 12 for the Roadrunners of RCSJ Gloucester. Leading off for Camden is number 2, John Martinez, as Glasscock winds and fires, pitch number 1. That ball is hammered foul, third base side. One strike count as he digs in. Breaking pitch misses inside, evens the count at 1-1. Martinez flashing some patience early in this one. Runners are hard to come by in the last game for Camden County. So a little bit of patience here at the top of the lineup. Could be a bit of strategy from the head coach, John Scanzano. That ball fouled out of play, left side. Evens the count now, still at 2-2. Again, a gorgeous day on campus here in Blackwood, New Jersey. A lot of the student body, faculty, and alumni out for this one. As the parking lot out in left field, as you can see, filling up a bit. Enjoying some of this weather and excited to get the 2023 season started. That ball just misses. Martinez working the count against Glasscock as the leadoff hitter here in the first. And he gets the walk. Runner aboard with nobody out as the right fielder, Zach Cervini, steps to bat. He swings from the left side. Squares the bunt. Going to play a little small ball. That one will roll foul. Good thought and good execution, trying to take advantage of Martinez's speed as the leadoff hitter. We're going to have Dr. Lewis join us in the second inning. Looks to square again. Martinez is going to go. Throw down to second base. Not in time. And a stolen base for Martinez. Good throw there by the catcher, Killick. You see Martinez there. And now the Cougars. Perhaps an opportunity to strike first with a runner in scoring position. Good hard hack. That ball skied out towards left field. Getting underneath of it is Tropiano, and he'll make the squeeze. One down out here into the bottom of one. The catcher, Ryan Hansberry, will dig in. Good block defensively by Killick.
Come on, Barry, use that highlighter. Sticks, come on, kid. All you, Sticks.
Updating the count now 1-0. Second pitch delivered by Glasscock is results now in a 2-1 count. I believe I just saw the home plate umpire flash. That is 2-1, thanks to my producer Ryan Schumacher. A little bit of a tough view behind the tarp here at home. Now 3-1. That ball clearly off the mark. Hansberry going to dial it in. Got to be thinking of his preferred spot before he's going to swing the bat. Winds and fires yet again. And there's a called second strike. So he works back to a full count. You got to think Hansberry's going to go with the away pitch, try to hit behind the runner at second and Martinez. That ball just misses. The Cougars have gotten 2 runners aboard out of the first 3 that have come to the plate. Center fielder Aiden Crean. Swings from the left side. Going to try to put Camden County on the scoreboard. Squares the bunt, takes it away, and there's a shot back to second. Martinez is in a bit of a pickle, but he able to get in there. Some good heads-up base running. Try to throw behind the runner. You'll see it here on the BFA instant replay. Once they threw behind him, he does exactly what you would expect him to do, and that's just break for the bag. And now runners at the corners.
Hey, do a job, Sam. Do a job. Hey, here we go now.
One out. Still a 1-ball count to the center fielder. That ball misses down and low, asks for some help, and no swing is the call. 1-1. There's a chopper. It's going to go over to second base. Hernandez has a play, but not going to be able to make it. Camden County now with a force out. Scores a run. Again, a little bit of a tough view from behind home plate here. So the fielder's choice from Crean, count for an RBI to score Martinez, and Camden County with an early 1-0 lead. First baseman Alec Applebaum is in the 5-hole. Fouls the first pitch off, and with 1 strike, it's going to try to reset, perhaps get another runner on for Camden County. With Hansberry over at first. Runner goes. A little bit of a late throw, but a good early jump. Make that Crean, who's over at first, and now he steals his way into second. Of course, Hansberry was retired on the force out. Glasscock winds and fires yet again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out to end the first, but not before the Cougars pounce on the opportunity. They're ahead 1-0 here on BFA. Back here in Blackwood, home of Camden County Community College, Doug Stasic, BFA Sports. Now I'm joined by Dr. Lewis, who showed off her electric arm with the first opening ceremony pitch to wish the team well, and it looks like you must have been a stroke of good luck because they scored first.
Yeah, it was a strike there.
Well, I like the strategy. You came up a little bit off the mound to make sure you were lined up, but then you called your pitch. You told the catcher where you wanted it, so I'm impressed, Doctor. So thanks for joining us for a little bit here in the second inning. Of course, being on campus for us, always something that we look forward to. For me, it's been a little bit of time since I've been over here at the ball field, but just seems to be so many wonderful things that are going on, and when you drive around the building and you see signs about taking courses that count for credits even at Rutgers University, I'm sure you got a lot to be proud of right now.
Absolutely. We have a phenomenal premier partnership with Rutgers University, and our students are able to transfer there into other wonderful institutions pretty seamlessly, honestly. We have some great programs happening here. We have our Back on Track, where we're taking students who have some college credits but haven't actually completed their degree, and we have programming and financial opportunities available for those students to return back on campus and complete that degree, which then certainly puts them in a prime opportunity for looking for job opportunities out there. We have a fantastic workforce development program, lots of things happening at Camden County College.
Yeah, it's conveniently located right in the heart of South Jersey, just right off of the expressway, so there's easy ways in, easy ways out, and like you had mentioned, the fact that you have so many different offerings at so many different times, it makes it very, very easy to continue your education no matter what part of life you're in. And there's a fly ball to center field, getting underneath of it, making that play is out there, Aiden Crean. So one out as we start things off here in the second. No time for the weary, as that was Rocco Bresniak, the third baseman, gets put in the book with a fly out. Gonna bring up Greg Cristino, and for RCGC fans, there you know his older brother John, and first pitch hack over to second base, and it'll be a 4-3 putout. Caminati to Applebaum. Dr. Lewis is fast and furious. Usually it's not the way it is in baseball.
Listen, our student athletes out here are doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, a lot of pride out here on the field, and looks like a lot of work was put in to the baseball field. Grass looks very green. Looks like infield is in great condition. First pitch offering is to the catcher, Justin Killick. And Coluccio seems to have found his zone. So Dr. Lewis, talk a little bit about that, right? So the student athletes, especially what's dubbed the junior college route, a lot of advantages and some very good high academic players that are on this team.
Absolutely. Our student athletes here at the college have the opportunity to participate in 14 different sports, and we are exceptionally proud of them for what they do, not only in the classroom, but what we see them do out on the field as well. And it is a great opportunity to have that really collegiate experience. They're able to develop themselves as leaders, as scholars, and as athletes as well.
And the goal here is to walk out with an associate's degree and then on perhaps an opportunity to earn that next one wherever your journey may carry.
For sure. Our motto is "We are what's next."
Oh, very catchy. I like it. 2-2 count. And there is pitch number 3 for strike number 3, as nothing he can do, but Killick will look. And the Cougars put the Roadrunners down in order here in the second. 1, 2, 3. It's still a 1-0 ball game. We're going to stay here with Dr. Lewis, learn a little bit more about the college. Dr. Lewis, so you mentioned some of the programs that are certainly available, relationships and the like that you all have, which are fantastic. For a student that perhaps is coming out of high school, watching the game and thinking they're not 100% sure, what's the best move? What would be some of your recommendations about some of the great programming that you offer here that might be perfect for that student that's trying to figure it all out?
Sure. So first and foremost, I would say that we follow a guided pathways model. So a student who comes in who's just uncertain or unclear about what it is they'd like to pursue, they can meet with one of our fantastic advisors who would help put them on the right pathway and help them develop their interests. And that's really the beauty of a community college experience, is that you get the opportunity to explore what it is that you may be interested in and really carve out your niche before considering to go out into the workforce or transfer to a four-year institution.
Yeah, I always talk about the value of an education, especially when you're dealing with the local county and community college, and the advantages for a family on a financial standpoint.
Absolutely.
A lot of colleges talk about even the four-year institutions. You have a lot of prerequisites, and to have Camden County right here in your backyard, where so many of the classes transfer automatically to these big universities, that's a big savings.
Right. And we have not only the Blackwood campus, but if you're someone who wants a more urban experience, we have our Camden City campus, and we have our Cherry Hill campus as well, where our esports is taking place. So we have something for everyone.
All right. And for the Cougars, it's going to be Nick Napoli leading things off, and we expect to see Gavin Callahan and Antonio Nicolo coming up here in the bottom of the second. That ball misses down, and Napoli working ahead in a 2-0 count. That ball misses up and in, so it'll be 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk. So Napoli is a leadoff runner, and that's back-to-back leadoff runners to start this game for Camden County. Stepping into the box is the left fielder, Gavin Callahan. First pitch swing and a miss. And for those fans that are out there watching this game on our YouTube channel, of course, the easiest way to probably see the course offerings and programs and more would be the school's website. So Dr. Lewis.
CamdenCC.edu.
All right.
CamdenCC.edu.
So you can just open another tab on the browser. The cool part about it is it won't close the YouTube channel, so you can actually listen to me call the game, as perhaps kind of browse through and see if there's something of interest, not just for yourself, but obviously if you have a young student in the family, or perhaps you work with that certain someone who might have mentioned to you at lunch that wish you would have finished up and maybe gotten that degree. Or I guess now too, Dr. Lewis, a lot of adults deciding that they want to change career paths.
Sure. Yeah. We have the academic offerings in health. We have them in liberal arts. And then we have our workforce programs, which is not the credit side of the house, but it's the non-credit where you're looking to gain a certificate in like HVAC and welding, things of that nature. I mean, it's really hard right now. If you needed a plumber to come out, you can't really find one. Right.
Yeah. Callahan now down 0-2 after that foul ball over the left side. Continue to fight. Fouls off yet another. It's something we talk about all the time. Although the mind is a wonderful resource and a great tool, a little bit of an old school approach where we need so many more people to continue to work with their hands.
Absolutely.
And so to offer those programs is big, and so much science behind like working as an HVAC tech and plumber. Some don't realize.
Right.
That ball's popped up, foul side of third. Bresniak has a chance, but it gets lost there in the sun as it drifts back towards the playing surface. Callahan has life. Dr. Lewis, any capital improvements that are in the works, perhaps, in the either near or short-term future?
Of course, we're always looking to modernize our facilities. We have some things well underway, getting ready to take place, especially with our gymnasium, trying to ensure that we offer prime facilities for our students.
Called third strike as he gets just on the inside corner. Backward K will go in the books. There'll be Napoli over at first with one out as Antonio Nicolo, the third baseman, will step in from the right side. It is amazing. It's a tough balance as part of the administration, I'm sure, where there's a hard hit ball straight out to center field, over the head of the center fielder. He's on the run, and he's got more rounding. Third coming home. Here comes the throw. Not in time. Cougars score again as Napoli slides headfirst into home plate off the double of Antonio Nicolo. A laser to center. So the new head coach, John Scanzano, got to be happy to be home, at least early in this one. And it seems like the Cougars, they love being on campus.
Absolutely.
As Camden stretches their lead to 2, second baseman Christian Caminati, left-handed hitter, takes pitch number 1 from Ricky Glasscock for a ball. There's a good look at the RBI double hitting Antonio Nicolo out at second base. Pitch misses upstairs. Certainly that seemed to wake up the Camden dugout. Getting a little feisty in there in a good way. There's a hard hit ball right at second. Hernandez will scoop it up and put the out over to first into the hands of Diaz. Second out as they return to the top of the lineup. John Martinez will have an opportunity with Nicolo now over at third. Martinez walked and stole a pair of bases back in inning number 1 and ended up crossing the plate for the first run of the game for the Cougars. Sweeping breaking pitch and a miss on the swing. Quickly down 0-1. Breaking pitch now misses inside. He winds and fires. It'll be a 1-1 count. Of course, the advent of the pitch clock at the collegiate baseball level is something that's a little bit unique. And, you know, a lot of people are, we want action, we want action. I started to talk about the balance of, you know, administration from a technology standpoint, because we had that one ball that was very hard hit. You know, Dr. Lewis, how do you balance that out where you're saying you need to improve facilities and trying to put different things in and still offer an unbelievable education at such a great price point?
Yeah, I think if you keep students first and keep them as your primary stakeholder, it's a pretty easy task. I know it seems like a challenge because you are always trying to balance the finances with, you know, what's the next decision. But keeping students and their interests first does make it a lot easier to handle.
It's always a impressive full count pitch. That'll be strike number 3. But the Camden County Cougars able to put one more on the board, and they're going to head into the top of the third with a 2-0 lead over the Roadrunners of RCSJ Gloucester. Of course, Doug Stasic here with Dr. Lewis, learning a little bit more about the offerings and life here on campus. You know, Doc, you had mentioned not just here in Blackwood, but having additional campuses in Camden and over in Cherry Hill. Is there any specific offerings that happen on maybe one of those campuses that would encourage people to want to go there?
Yeah, so at our Camden City campus, we have a cosmetology program on the horizon. We also offer a medical assistant over there. A lot of our health programs are also offered on that campus. Our adult basic skills is offered over there as well, because we do recognize that there are some individuals out there who haven't earned their high school diploma yet, and they can get that over at the Camden City campus as well. At Cherry Hill, our premier program there is our esports program, which is taking place. We have a phenomenal arena.
It's just taking off, that whole industry.
It is.
And you have an arena, you said?
We have an arena over there. Yeah, so it's not only just the gaming aspect, but we have the broadcast part of it as well. So it is a pretty holistic esports program.
Well, we're always happy to certainly hear that. Anytime we talk about broadcasting, count us in. All right, so it's going to be Hernandez, Tropiano, and Young here in the third for RCGC. First pitch up and away. Coluccio has been effective and efficient. Second breaking pitch. Apparently just missed. Got a bird's eye view out in center field. There's a ball scorched down the right side, but foul. Pretty cool to have a berm out in the outfield here behind the baseball field, too. So as the weather continues to get a little warmer, it might be a good place to put up a couple of lawn chairs or beach chairs if you're a Cougars fan. Even count now at 2-2. As Coluccio winds and fires again. There's a hard hit ball right back up the middle, and it'll be a base knock. Edwin Hernandez, he's aboard. Start things off here in the third. Another Paul VI alum and A.J. Tropiano. Starting in left field. This will be his first at bat of the afternoon. Tropiano appeared in 5 games thus far for the Roadrunners. Touts a .375 batting average, and there's a hard hit ball over at Nicolo at third. Tries to collect himself, and it's not going to be in time. And an errant throw is going to move Hernandez over to third, and now he's coming home. Here comes the throw, and that one's off the mark. So heads up base running, opportunistic for RCGC. They've cut the lead in half. So Tropiano making things happen by just putting the ball in play. And that's what you would expect out of someone who's just one spot away from the leadoff position. Put the ball in play, good things will happen. So he'll reach on the error and end up over at second base. And now it'll be back to the top for Scotty Young. Young squares the bunt, pops it up foul towards the dugout, and he'll stay alive. Talk about high academics. I know this young gentleman has aspirations of playing for an Ivy League school or Patriot. So, again, junior colleges trying to help pave the way and open up those next doors. Winds and fires yet again. Gets the bunt down. This time it'll be good. Tropiano get the third with no problem. And Young showing off the wheels. He's got himself an infield single on the bunt. See here on the BFA instant replay. And he just gets there by half a step. So runners at first and third. And Tropiano's high school teammate, Jimmy Bruno, hit a ball hard over to first in his first at bat, but that was scooped up by Applebaum for Camden, and he was retired. That ball is called up and out from home plate umpire Mark Rowan. Runners now at the corners. Bruno coming out of high school, by far one of our favorite players to cover pound for pound. One tough baseball player. And uniquely enough, Dr. Lewis, Coach Scanzano had actually coached quite a few of the RCGC players on the travel circuit, and Mr. Bruno happens to be one of his best.
Yeah, Coach Scanzano is phenomenal. Anybody who knows anything about youth baseball in South Jersey knows his name. He produces outstanding athletes. And they go on to some really great institutions, including Camden County College. He's just a phenomenal coach.
Yeah, a great addition, and you really think about all that he represents throughout South Jersey.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there Jimmy Bruno, one of his ex-players, took one to the noggin, but it was an off-speed pitch, so I don't think any damage is done there. But, yeah, what a wonderful addition to the faculty and part of the program
Absolutely.
here.
We are very fortunate to have him.
All right, so Bruno hit by a pitch. He'll make his way over to first, and the Cougars facing their first dose of adversity in this contest as they got the bases loaded with nobody out. And it'll be Aaron Graber, the right fielder. Graber takes pitch number 1 for a strike. Dr. Lewis, this young gentleman, happens to lead the team in batting average with he's 410 hitting average. On base percentage is 452. And there's a missile that's fouled down the third base side. He's a sophomore, had 39 at bats, 16 hits, 4 of them doubles, 1 home run, and 7 RBI. So it was the young Zach Coluccio with a good test here, trying to keep the ball down. Good breaking pitch. Just missed. That was away. Dr. Lewis, I understand, speaking of young and up-and-coming baseball players, I hear your son is a baseball player in his own right.
He is. He's a center fielder. Yeah. Usually bats top,
All
lead
right.
off. Yeah.
Very nice. How old?
13.
Oh, boy. So you're starting to make some of your own moves. I know you were talking about perhaps where he's going to end up at high school. I don't want to publicly give anything away, but certainly high academics if he's considering that school.
Yeah.
There's a hard hit ball. It's going to make its way through the shortstop. RCGC is going to score as Scotty Young crosses the plate along with Tropiano. And we got ourselves a 3-2 contest as the Roadrunners have taken the lead off the bat of Aaron Graber. Runners now at the corners. Jimmy Bruno moved over to third. It'll be Graber at first for the big first baseman and cleanup hitter, Felix Diaz. Diaz struck out in his first appearance, but he hasn't done that too many times this year. Another beast with a bat for RCGC. Came into this contest with a 406 average, 32 at-bats, 13 hits, and 11 RBI. And a quick timeout is called by the Camden coaching staff, and they're going to want to settle Coluccio in as they're still searching for an out in this inning, which has suddenly become a little threatening with 2 runs already cutting across the plate. Yeah, so high academics, I guess, are a priority in your house. I would say
first.
so.
Student first, right? Scholar athlete.
That's it. Scholar athlete is the exact way to put it. And being able to leverage a sport, any sport, to get you in a position to earn some dollars towards your college education is a huge win, both for student and family.
Sure.
That ball just misses down.
But those strong academics certainly push you over the edge.
Yeah,
really open up the doors for you a lot if you have the grades going into things.
Yeah, baseball specifically, a very academic sport.
Absolutely.
A lot of the college coaches, the first thing that they ask, it's not can you hit or how fast can you run or how do you feel? It's always, tell me about your grades.
Yeah. Because that carries over, right, for you to have a good baseball IQ. Yeah.
Yep. Becoming a bit of a tough, elongated inning here for Camden. It's 3-0 count now to Felix Diaz. That ball misses away, and the bases will reload. Nobody out. Off the walk. Rocco Bresniak, the third baseman, flew out to center field. Bresniak, well-known name in the South Jersey baseball landscape, was one of those players that had lost a important year during COVID as he takes strike number 1. He can hit the ball a country mile. lots of interest from quite a few teams, some of the bigger Power 5 Division I programs for Bresniak. So it was taking the opportunity. This is actually, I was talking to Coach before the game. Believe it or not, this will end up being his first full season since high school. So it's been a couple years because he had lost the COVID year, and then he ended up sitting out 1 year. So to come back after playing in a summer circuit, this will be the first opportunity for him to play a full season. So he's pretty excited to be out here, and he's already showcased some of his abilities, especially Game 2 against Middlesex where they swept the series. He was 2 for 3 with 4 RBI. Tough pitch there for Coluccio. Is going to walk in a run. Jimmy Bruno crosses the plate, and it's now a 4-2 contest, so 4 runs here in the third for RCGC. That ball misses away, and for Coluccio, good opportunity to work his way out of a bit of a hiccup here in the third. Tough part here is still no outs, and this is the 8th batter that he's faced this inning. Of course, RCGC ranked number 3rd in the country in the NJCAA Division III polls. So, a formidable opponent, to say the least. So, Dr. Lewis, before we wrap things up here, do you want to give out that website one more time so if people have interest in the college, they know where to go ahead and check it out?
Sure, it's camdencc.edu, and we do have something for everyone. I know, as you mentioned, some of our younger athletes, we even offer dual credit opportunities. So we have a number of students who will be completing their associate's degree before they even have a high school diploma.
Wow.
Because they took the opportunity to take some of those college courses while they were in high school.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, right on BFA Sports, live coverage of Camden County College baseball. Check it out. I want to thank Dr. Lewis for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So there you have it. Still working on the action here on the field, getting through the third, but plenty to check out here. So take some time today. Go over to that website. You have any questions? Well, you know where to find us.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right, so now Coluccio going to try to get things reset as he works against the catcher, Justin Killick. Killick was retired back in the second with a backwards K that went in the books. There's a healthy hack, but it fouled. When I was talking to Dr. Lewis, one more run was walked in, so it is a 5-2 ball game. And that ball misses away. So, it's early in the season, right? Second game for Camden County. And if you're the new head coach, John Scanzano, trying to give an opportunity to his pitcher to try to reset things, and that ball is peppered back to the pitcher, and Coluccio thought a little bit too much about it. That ball ends up getting thrown away, and 1 run will score and 2 runs will score on the error charged to Coluccio from the bat of Justin Killick. 7-2 ball game. So Cristino moves over to third. Killick will move over to second. And they've batted around. So Hernandez started this 7-run inning with a single. That ball that he had hit was out to center field. First pitch into the zone for a called strike, evens it at 1-1. And another hit batsman. Jimmy Bruno was hit earlier in this frame, and now Hernandez will reload the bases. E.J. Tropiano hits a ball high out to center field. It'll go into the glove as the ball comes home. But a sac fly RBI for Tropiano as he gets the job done. That's the first out of the inning. So Cristino crosses the plate. Runner still at first and second. Healthy hack. Goes back to the top of the lineup. Scotty Young swing to miss. Coluccio now trying to refine the zone with 1 out. Working down and away. Now he's trying to perhaps pitch at a higher tempo. Trying to throw off the Roadrunner batters. Lifts the leg, delivers, dribbler back to the mound. Coluccio underhands it over to first to Applebaum. And they got their second out of the inning. Runners will advance to second and third. Jimmy Bruno's hit by a pitch and scored earlier in the frame. And with 2 outs, he's got 2 runners in scoring position. Breaking pitch, misses away. Certainly a beautiful afternoon for baseball. As we're here behind home plate under the BFA 10. Ball misses away. Saw Overbrook High School head coach Greg Himes, who came on by, so heard he's supposed to be here. If I'm not mistaken, it's Highland head coach DJ Gore might be down the third base line as well. Bruno fouls that pitch off. A lot of South Jersey fans ready for some action, and we're going to be looking forward to bringing it to you on BFA. Schedule release is probably a few days away. Perhaps you might even see it this weekend. That ball misses down. Now 3-1. That ball skied, foul side, right field, and just out of real estate as it heads over to the bullpen and the batting cage. Full count now with 2 outs, 2 runners on. Bruno fouls another one down the right field side. doing his best to score his teammates. The catcher, Kurlick, is over at third. Hernandez over at second. We had our interview with Dr. Lewis, reminding me that I didn't have a chance to actually show you the defense for Camden. Our producer Ryan Schumacher went out of his way to make those graphics, so perhaps we'll get a chance to do that for the next inning when we see Camden in the field. Jimmy Bruno now facing the 3-2 two-out count. Skies one again, right side, going out to the right field, going back, and unable to make that catch. He ran out of room. Zach Cervini. So Coluccio already with a long inning and no surprise, a tough out in Jimmy Bruno, making it that much longer. He's about to have his 8th pitch of the at-bat. And Bruno continuing to battle. Umpire calls for baseballs. As Coluccio winds and fires. A little bit of confusion there, but they're going to say ball 4. Took kind of a weird shot off of that, off the home plate umpire, Mark Rowan. See if we got the action here. Slow it down. It just missed everything, so it was just ball 4. You don't see that every day. So the bases are loaded yet again. First pitch is down to Aaron Graber. Graber reached on an error, had a ball hit past shortstop his last at bat. He's 1 for 2. Called strike. And another 2-out, bases loaded opportunity for the Roadrunners. Coluccio. Breaking pitch. Yes. He's got Graber on the ropes. 1 and 2. With 2 outs and an 8-2 contest. And there's a ball that's hit hard to the left side, opposite field, into the corner, and just foul. Good piece of wood on that by Graber as he went out and got it, but that ball, just with a rotation of the left-handed bat, carried it past the chalk down the left side. Again, I know Coach John Scanzano wanted to thank a lot of the folks that had helped put this field together. Some improvements are certainly underway. Pitching mound looks excellent condition. Coluccio's pitch off the mark. It's 2-2 with 2 outs. Winds and fires again. Foul tip. The RCGC baseball team making it hard on Coluccio. Seeing some bonus pitches in the at-bat as they battled through full counts. Of course, it's still 2-2 after he fended off that last pitch. Coluccio winds and fires. Strike 3 is called, and Camden gets out of the 3rd inning. Not before the Roadrunners go on a bit of a run as they score 8 runs in the frame and now lead it 8-2 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. So, you want coaches in schools from around the country to see you? Well, NIL Exposure Sports. Give them a look. They're going to help you through the recruiting process, get noticed, maximize yourself as an athlete, your brand, and more. So you can check that out on the screen. Go ahead and scan that QR code. Use that code AS1, and they can walk you through all you want to know about NIL and the recruiting process. Camden County will come to bat here. Now down 6. Started off strong. 2 good innings with the bats, and now they're going to have to climb their way back into it. As Glasscock still on the hill for the Roadrunners. And then here in the 3rd, it'll be Cervini, Hansberry, and Crean. Cervini flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Glasscock fires, swing and a miss. That one is inside. Going to be a 2-1 count. Mentioned some of the head coaches. Now I saw assistant from Gloucester Catholic, Billy Gore, also master of ceremonies for the Thank You Classic of the high school ranks. Came out here to take it in, and makes sense. There's a 1-week rest period between sports, which now explains why, as see action in the Camden bullpen as number 4, Christian Caminati, warming up and getting loose. Cervini earns the walk. He's a leadoff runner. So Camden now has had a leadoff base runner in all 3 innings. Ryan Hansberry walked in his first appearance. Comes to bat yet again here in the 3rd, trying to help spark the offense. That ball just a bit inside. Goes to the backstop. Cervini will go over to second on the wild pitch. So it's a 1-0 count. There's a nice pitch. Breaking pitch down and away. Hansberry will swing through it. It's now 1-2. Breaking pitch. That one misses in. So the Cougars have been very good this afternoon on being patient, try to create opportunities. They've gotten runners on base, been able to get a few across the plate. A couple of defensive miscues are what's been the difference in this one. Hard pitch called, swinging 3rd strike. Had Hansberry on his ropes. You could see him kind of shaking the head just a little bit there. Glasscock came back hammering with the heat. Perhaps Hansberry thought a breaking pitch was on its way. RBI off the bat of Aiden Crean back in the 1st. Of course, hit a laser double over the center fielder Young's head. He's ahead in the count now 1-0 with 1 out. Ricky Glasscock continuing to settle in. Two 2-0 is the count. Winds and fires yet again. That ball misses away. Scurrying back to the bag goes Cervini. 3-0. Glasscock winds, fires, misses, and another walk here in the third for Camden County. We'll put them in business. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Down 6, as you can see on the screen, 8-2. And trying to get some action from Alec Applebaum, the first baseman. Left-handed swinger. Takes pitch number 1 for a ball. And starting to have a little bit of a flavor of what we saw from Coluccio in the first. Again, early in the season. So you kind of wonder about stamina a little bit, playing a factor for both pitchers. 2-0 as he goes back to work, looking in on the left-handed hitter. Comes way inside, and now 3-0. So back-to-back 3-0 counts. And you got to imagine it's an automatic take scenario. And he isn't able to get it. It's 1 out. Camden County's got a full house. Bases are loaded for the designated hitter, Nick Napoli. Napoli walked and scored a run back in the second. And timeout now being called, and a visit to the mound for the Roadrunners. Kind of talking things over in this situation. You got to appreciate that has a little bit of a deja vu feel. Of course, RCGC was able to take advantage of the scenario in the top half. Saw a pitcher run into some challenges with the zone, and then the next thing you know, we're able to crack the inning wide open and perhaps trying to take measures that it doesn't happen again. And then a veteran move, wait until the home plate umpire comes to tell you your mound visit is over, give maybe an extra 1 or 2 pitches, and we have a pitching change. And running out of the bullpen on the left field side and coming into the game is number 3. And that is Ryan Widmeyer. Widmeyer going to take a couple pitches to get loose, and that'll give us a chance to step away for a quick break here on BFA Sports. back to live action as Nick Napoli will face the new pitcher, the sidewinder, Ryan Widmeyer. Widmeyer kind of delivering from that almost 9 o'clock arm slot. Gonna have a lot of late run on the ball. Napoli squares the bunt. Good hard pitch inside, called for a strike. You see the Roadrunners trying to defend the bunt. Rocco Bresniak over at third, Felix Diaz at first. Good job crashing on the corners. Good block by the catcher, Justin Killick. One out. 8-2 contest, bottom of the third after the pitching change. That ball had late life on it outside of the zone. Killick had to chase it. Good look from high atop the first base dugout. Kicks, winds, fires, fouled into the dugout. It's like 3 feet of open space over there in front of the dugout. Somehow it managed to get through. Bases loaded for Camden County in a potential big spot here, 1-2 to Napoli. Killick showing some defensive prowess behind the plate, blocking everything. Full count now, 3-2, according to home plate umpire Mark Rowan. That ball misses, and he'll drive in a run, the walk variety. Eight-3 contest, 1 out. As Gavin Callahan steps in, struck out looking in his last appearance. Swings at the first pitch. And Widmeyer heading the count 0-1. He delivers yet again. That ball just missed the zone. One and one. Did he go? Yes, he did. Now a 1-2 count with 1 out. Ducks are all in the pond. It's a great day for baseball. Also a great day to go duck hunting. Swing and a miss. Widmeyer, little ice in the veins. He keeps that breaking pitch down. And now 2 outs. Bases are still loaded for Antonio Nicolo, the third baseman who doubled in his last at-bat. First pitch, downstairs, not in the zone. He didn't like Widmeyer's offering, but the home plate umpire did. 1-1 with 2 outs is the count. Of course, mentioned the great weather today for a baseball game in March. And with the high school season just a few weeks away to begin, you can only bet that it'll probably snow and be rainy. Of course, I know Coach Greg Himes of Overbrook taking in the the game today out here at Camden County College. As all the coaches are salivating, waiting for the season to get going. Of course, it's like week of rest, as they so often refer to it. Didn't always be the case, but friends at the NJSIA always come up with something to keep you on your toes. Called strike. Also mentioned, saw Billy Gore, the assistant of Gloucester Catholic, in the house. And I thought I saw Highland head coach DJ Gore here. I did, is what I'm being told. So maybe as this game goes on, we can do a little carousel, talk to some of the coaches. And there's a ball hit over to second base. Hernandez has it, and Diaz will make the squeeze to end the threat and the inning on the 4-3 putout. But Camden able to get one back as we head to the top of the fourth. It's 8-3. You're watching Camden County College Baseball here on BFA Sports. Back to live action as we start the top of the fourth here in Blackwood, New Jersey on campus. Camden County Community College is the number 3 ranked Roadrunners of RCGC out to an 8-3 lead. Their big first baseman, Felix Diaz, known to do damage with the baseball bat, leads things off. Going to be Diaz, Bresniak, and Cristino expected here in the fourth. As he fouls that pitch off and out of the way. Diaz is 0 for 1. He's walked, scored a run, and struck out here today. But that hasn't happened much, as he's been a terror early on, especially with his 13 hits and 5 doubles. And that ball is hard hit for a single. Diaz are going to round the corner, but he's decided to stay. And the Roadrunners are in business as they had a big inning in the third batting around. Zach Coluccio still on the hill for the Cougars. The big third baseman, Rocco Bresniak, he steps in. Bresniak flew out to center, walked, and scored a run. Back in the third. Big swing. That one's fouled out of play, right field side. Bresniak drawn a lot of interest from Power 5 schools. It's here to fine-tune his skills and get back into the recruiting process. Takes that pitch there for a ball. That ball is called, misses in. 2-1 count. Nobody out here in the fourth. There's a hard hit ball right field, right towards the right fielder, and Cervini's got the squeeze. Go in the book is an L9. The designated hitter, Greg Cristino, grounded out to second, back in the second. Walked and scored a run in the third. I had mentioned he's the younger brother of John Cristino. He's now at Towson University. Well-known catcher. Quite the skill set in his own right. First pitch called strike. Coluccio. The 0-1 delivery. Grounder over to third. Nicolo scoops it up, tries to get it to second, and that one was off the mark. And that'll allow Cristino to reach. Tough play. Thought it could have been a tailor-made double play. It didn't turn out that way. So Diaz will be safe at second. Cristino over at first. Catcher Justin Killick takes the first pitch for a ball. Killick 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Struck out looking in the second. And reached on an error to Coluccio. Back in the third. Of course, it's a pretty exciting time if you're a baseball fan. South Jersey or beyond. He was a count of 1-1 with the called strike. World Baseball Classic competition started up. So be sure to check out some late night watching, if you will. A lot of those games, at least that involve Team USA, are going to be the late variety, 10 o'clock and beyond. A little exhibition last night as Team USA had taken the field against the San Francisco Giants. Breaking pitch gets away. Nothing Hansberry can do about it. That one had some teeth to it. Runners are going to move up a bag apiece in the second and third. Going back to Team USA, I looked at that lineup last night, and it was pretty formidable. I mean, you talk about some of the best players in the world. Before I get into that, your coach John Scanzano encouraging his players to kind of go a bit old school, maybe wear some of these balls, make a play for his pitcher. Those extra pitches sometimes can be back-breaking as they extend innings. Foul ball back into the screen off the bat of Killick. That United States lineup last night, leading off was Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, Kyle Schwarber, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Kyle Tucker, Trey Turner, and JT Realmuto batted 7th and 8th in that lineup. So you're looking for some big-time baseball as that one gets away from the catcher. Felix Diaz will touch the plate and score yet another run. On ball number 4. Runners now at first and third. But when I looked at that lineup last night, and you just kind of sit there and you chuckle and think, my Lord, there's $450 million to bat 7th and 8th. That's a pretty good team. Edwin Hernandez steps in. He is 1 for 1 as he singled up the middle and was hit by a pitch back in the third. Hernandez. Just his third start of the season. One-two count with one out here in inning number 4. Lucio checks the runner over at first. Might be thinking that don't want to give up a free pass to the catcher Killick. Hansberry. There's a good backhanded play. Nicola thought about it, gets one, can't get two. With the fielder's choice, we'll exchange out for a run. Second out of the inning. 10-3 ball game. Hernandez is over at first. AJ Tropiano. Sacrifice fly in the third, and he reached on an error and then scored a run. 0 for 1 officially on the afternoon. He's now down 0-1 in the count. Coluccio continuing to labor through. Now staring at a 1-1 count. Wild pitch. Hernandez will move over to second. And a little bit understandable for Camden, just their second official game this season. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Mother Nature hasn't necessarily been kind. So still trying to get some of the rust off. I believe it's why Coach Scanzano giving Coluccio the opportunity to stay in here, because there's been some struggles defensively behind him. Ten to 3 ball game. 2 outs. 3-1 count. And that's ball full. RCGC with runners at the corners as they get back to the top of the lineup. Scotty Young. 1 for 3 on the day. Hits a grounder. It's over to short. Reaching back and fires Martinez. And not in time. So Scotty Young showing off the wheels. Flash Gordon-esque. It'll be an RBI. Now runners at first and second for Jimmy Bruno. Jimmy Bruno grounded out hard to first, hit by a pitch, and walked. Another wild pitch, going to move runners up to second and third. Tropiano thought about pushing the limits. family affair out here for the home opener of Coach John Scanzano. His father is also out here taking in the scenes. And I'm sure somewhere his brother Mike has got to be watching if he's not here, especially knowing that it's live streamed. Foul ball, third base side for Jimmy Bruno. See the ball roll up, foul side of third. Now 1-2 count. Breaking pitch called. Strike 3. That'll end the frame. But for RCGC, they add a few more. 3 to be exact, and got themselves an 11-3 lead as Camden comes to bat in the bottom of the 4th. Heading out now to the bottom of the 4th. Camden coming to bat. Expecting to see Caminati, Martinez, and Cervini here in the 4th. Ryan Widmeyer comes back in. He appeared in relief back in the 3rd. Caminati grounded out to second back in the 2nd. He now faces a 2-1 count as Widmeyer fires, and that ball is chopped right back to him. He'll float over to first for the 1-3 put out. John Martinez, the leadoff hitter. 0 for 1 thus far on the day with a pair of stolen bases. Ball misses low. 1-0 to Widmeyer. Misses that ball inside. Now 2-0. Had an opportunity earlier today. Visit the campus of Our Lady of Mercy Academy, career day. Want to thank them for having some of the BFA crew out there. Hopefully they're watching some of the game as we informed the students that we will be out here this afternoon in Camden County. And there's a called strike. Widmeyer. This is a 3-1 offering, and for the fourth inning in a row, got a base runner here for Camden. The right fielder, Zach Cervini, comes to the plate. Cervini walked and scored a run in his last appearance. Evens the count now at 1-1.
Gotta come to you now.
3-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Widmeyer reaches back and he fires. Back-to-back walks for the Camden County Cougars with one out. The catcher, Ryan Hansberry, struck out back in the third. Going to try to ignite this Cougars offense. Breaking pitch misses. Ball misses inside, and 3 straight walks has given Camden an opportunity to put a dent in this deficit. And now it'll be a visit to the mound. There is action in the bullpen down on the third base side. They're going to talk things over. See, they got a meeting of the minds. All right, so you're going to talk it over with Widmeyer, reset things, and got a bit of a technical challenge out in center field, so we'll get that reset for you just a minute or two here. That ball misses away. Tell him to hustle, that's all. Widmeyer fires, that ball misses down. Again, our apologies, folks. Got to adjust our center field shot. That'll come up probably in about a minute here. That ball miss called for a strike down low, so it's a 2-2 count here in the bottom of the fourth. Got our Iron Man camera operator, Casper T. Rypod, out there. That's a nice pitch by Widmeyer as he gets Aiden Crean on the strikeout. And now 2 outs. The base is loaded as Camden brings Alec Applebaum to the plate. Applebaum with a strikeout and a walk. And there's a dead ball as it gets a piece of Applebaum, and it'll score a run. A painful way to drive in an RBI, but it is one nonetheless. Bases will still be loaded with 2 outs. And back in action in center field. Good work by our camera crew. Nick Napoli. 2 walks on the afternoon. He scored a run back in the second. And he's hoping for a good opportunity. Oh, that ball came high and tight. Good stop there by Killick. That ball misses out and away. And Widmeyer, wild pitch. That one misses away. They'll score another run as Cervini crosses the plate. Runners now move up on ball number 4. That'll load the bases yet again. the day for Widmeyer, as the Roadrunners are going to make a pitching change here in the bottom of the fourth. It'll give us a chance to reset and step away. We'll be back here from Camden County. New pitcher on the hill for the Roadrunners is Lucas Hampel. First pitch is a called strike to number 31. Camden bringing in a new batter. Number 31 is Jimmy Kale. Kale in for Callahan. Kale swinging from the left side. There is a called strike. Hampel now to 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll end the frame for Camden. Not before they're able to answer back. Got ourselves an 11-5 ball game heading in to the top of the fifth. Top of the fifth here in Camden County. Got a pitching change of sorts on the hill. The pitcher, Zach Coluccio, move over to third, and now on the mound, it'll be Caminati, Christian Caminati. Caminati moved over from second base. Coluccio over to third. We'll take a look around the infield to get things settled to determine who went where. I believe Nicolo now is over at second. There's a hard hit ball right back up the middle for a base hit. Aaron Graber leading things off here in the fifth. Felix Diaz, the first baseman, steps in. Diaz singled in his last at bat and scored a run in the fourth. Ball gets away. That pitch misses away. There's a called strike. 2-1. That ball skied way high, but shallow in right field. Coming in and making the squeeze, Zach Cervini. Rocco Bresniak, the third baseman. He lined out to right his last at bat. Hard hit ball. That ball misses down. Shot down to second base. Not in time. He's going to steal a bag. Why don't you just have him man the camera for this half inning and then set it up between so we give them a shot from center field? Casper T. Rypod back in action out there in center field. Thanks for his services. As Bresniak looks back at home plate umpire. It's 2-0 count. There's a hard hit ball out towards center field. It's going to get into the gap. It's going to go off the fence. Bresniak, he's got two. He's thinking about three. He'll hold up there for the RBI double. Good piece of hitting by Rocco Bresniak. Bresniak with a nice hard hit baseball. Greg Cristino, the designated hitter, digs in. Takes the first breaking pitch from Caminati for a called strike. One out here in the top of the fifth. Ball misses down in the dirt. Ball gets away from the catcher. And that'll allow Bresniak to move into third. Two balls, one strike, one out. Ball fouled out of play. Just behind us here over at home plate. Breaking pitch. That one also fouled off out of play. Down the grassy knoll behind home plate area. Evens count now at 2-2. Make that a full count. Did he go? Yes, he did. Swing and miss. It's called strike on Cristino. Second out of the inning as Justin Killick comes up for his fourth plate appearance today. And actually we're going to have a change. Substitution. So the pinch hitter is going to be number 21. And that's Juan Peralta. That ball misses. It's a breaking pitch upstairs. 2-1 is the count. A 12-5 contest here in the fifth. Caminati misses downstairs. That pitch misses up. So Peralta will walk down to first with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Edwin Hernandez. Swing and a miss. Going to take advantage of the open base. He moves into second. Defensive indifference. Quickly now 0-2 to Edwin Hernandez. Caminati trying to close the door here in the fifth. There's a ball skied high going out to right center field, and getting underneath of it is Cervini. And the Cougars are out of the fifth as they come to bat trailing by 7. Hampel back out for the fifth as he had come in relief. Camden now coming to bat. Reset the bottom of the fifth. Leading things off for Camden is Nicolo. Nicolo grounder over to third. Scooping it up is Bresniak. Gets it to Diaz for the 5-3 putout. The pitcher, Christian Caminati. Moved over from second base to the pitcher's mound. Throws right, bats left. Ball's up and in. Ball fouled back and out of play off the storage container. Offering misses upstairs. 2-1 is the count to the pitcher. You don't hear that a whole lot in college baseball. Caminati able to pull that off as he grounds it over to Bresniak. Takes a crazy hop. Bresniak going to have to eat that one. And an interesting scoring decision for the home team. I think that was a... I think it's going to go in the books as a base hit because that was not a typical hop. With one out, the leadoff hitter, John Martinez, also the starting shortstop. Fouls that one off, and that's going to leave a mark. As he pops up and dances around just a little bit, trying to shake that off. Sun's beginning to fade, and as such, a little bit of a chill starting to fill the air. Called strike. Martinez about ready to face Hampel's 0-2 pitch. There's a poke out to left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Cougars runners at first and second. Off back-to-back hits. Bring up the right fielder. Zach Cervini has been a bit busy out there in right field. A couple nice defensive plays, and with the bat, he's reached on 2 walks. Looks like he was squaring a bunt. Pulls that one back. That ball misses down. Two and 0 count for Cervini, able to work ahead here. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Ball misses inside. Again, Hampel winds and fires. That one's upstairs, and bases are now loaded after the walk. Catcher Ryan Hansberry looking to make the most of this opportunity. Walked in his last appearance, back in the fourth. And the 3-hole trying to be a bit of an RBI machine here. Team down 7. Could be a pivotal at bat. And a quick visit to the mound. Talk a little bit of strategy perhaps, or just settle him down. He's a bit behind the count, 2-0, and a good opportunity for our friends at the NIL Exposure Sports. That's right, NILExposuresports.com. You're a great athlete. Prove it to yourself and others by building your brand at NILExposuresports.com. You can take a quick snapshot of that QR code, use code AS1, and lock in with coaches and schools from around the country. Two-0 count to the catcher. Ryan Hansberry. Make that 3-0. New Camden head coach John Scanzano going to remind his catcher about fundamentals. Not going to take a swing here with the bases loaded. And there's ball 4 to score a run. And I should mention that's only 1 out, which we're good on the scoreboard, but I may have misspoken. But nonetheless, an RBI. (12-6) contest. As Aiden Crean looks to put a dent in the deficit. Hard swing, fouls it straight back and out of play. He winds and fires. That one misses inside. A little bit different feel in the air suddenly here. Green winds again. As he's able to hold back, swinging away on that one. 2-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Hampel. Camden with another opportunity. Working themselves into a hitter's count. Behind the bat of Aiden Crean. Crean already with an RBI. Back in the first. And he get another RBI here. Good hands being shaken, fist pumps. They head into the dugout, Camden, but for the Roadrunners, it's going to be another pitching change as the Cougars managing to keep themselves in this one, and now it's a 5-run contest, 12-7. Give us an opportunity to check out our next pitcher. And that is number 15. Ethan Price. So Ethan Price, your new pitcher for the Roadrunners. We'll step aside as he warms up. We'll be right back for more baseball here at Camden County. Ethan Price comes in with the 1 out. Got some creative humor from the Camden dugout as Alec Applebaum's in the dugout. Of course, Price just threw his first pitch. So Camden wisely yells, he hasn't thrown a strike all day. Well, he hasn't. Only thrown his second pitch, but the lefty bringing some heat. 2-0 count here. And there's the strike that the Roadrunners are waiting for from Price. Price with some good movement on the fastball as it comes in on the hands of the left-handed hitter. A little lefty-on-lefty crime, perhaps. I want to give a shout out to our BFA crew getting together on short notice this week. This game got added to our schedule just a few days ago. There's a ball skied high, left field, and just out of play. That pitching change actually gave this announcer the chance to put on another layer. And that ball misses down. So don't look now. Suddenly the Cougars are on the prowl. With another walk. They've scored 3 in the frame. See some celebratory fist pumps for Cervini, but now Nick Napoli has left the game, so Coluccio stayed in the game. So he ends up becoming a hitter in the lineup. And with one out, a 3-0 count, Zach Coluccio represents the tying run. Patience is a virtue, and it's been one that's benefited Camden County here in the 5th. They've plated 4 runs, all via the walk. As the catcher, Hansberry, back in the dugout. He'll put the gear back on, and Ethan Price, the lefty, in relief, trying to stop this bleeding. As Jimmy Kale, the left-handed swinger, trying to leave his mark. Fouls that one straight back into the screen. Kale struck you out back in the 4th when he entered the game for Callahan. That ball misses down. Battling back. Have an 0-2 count. Makes it 1-2 as the lefty on lefty matchup continues. Ethan Price is ready to wind and fire. Ball 2. 2-2 with 1 out. Things are getting very interesting. Coluccio started the game as a pitcher, stayed in the game as a third baseman. He's the tying run over at first. And there is ball 3. Full count, 3-2. Some of these innings have been quite long. Ball 4 is called yet again. The lead has dwindled to 2. Tying run advances to second. 1 out. Bases are still loaded for Antonio Nicolo. And the Roadrunners want to talk a few things over. And now they're going to move from the lefty to the righty. So the carousel of pitching continues here in the 5th. Looking down the roster, could be, we've seen Hampel, we've seen Widmeyer, and that'll be number 25, Ethan Dodd. Ethan Dodd, we've seen a lot of him in recent years. Also pitched in the South Jersey South Shore Baseball League. He's going to come in and try to get him out of this jam as we step aside here at the campus of Camden County College. Egg Harbor Township alum Ethan Dodd comes in to take the hill. Bases loaded, jam, 1 out. First batter, he'll face Antonio Nicolo. First pitch misses down in the dirt for a ball. Resetting the table here for Camden County. They've climbed all the way back into this one. Zach Coluccio stands at second base. He's the tying runner. Alec Applebaum stands on the bag at third. And jumping back over to first is Jimmy Kale. 1-1 count. Make that 2-1. Ethan Dodd here at RCGC. His brother Mike was pitcher over at RCSJ Cumberland. There's a hard hit ball, goes into the gap. It's going to do some damage. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And we got ourselves a tie ball game right off of the bat of Antonio Nicolo. So the Cougars bat around in the inning. And that is a 2 RBI single. Well, trying to help himself out now is the pitcher, Christian Caminati. There is the go-ahead run now. Jimmy Kale out at second. Now a 3-0 count to Caminati from the hand of Ethan Dodd. Paints the inside corner for strike 1. 3-1 now. Still with 1 out. Camden has batted around. Scored 7 runs. Swing and a miss on the healthy hack. Now 3-2. Perhaps Dodd a ground ball away from ending the frame if they can roll a pair. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 2. Back to the top of the lineup for John Martinez. Martinez already singled and scored a run in this frame.
Come on, Drew. Keep it rolling, J-Mark. You started and stay high, too. Come on, J-Mark. Stay high. Keep it rolling. Hey, what do you say, kid? A2. Hey, what do you say now? Hey, now.
Called strike as it catches the top part of the zone, says home plate umpire Mark Rowan. Ball in the dirt, good block by Killick. No, that is not Killick. That is a substitution behind the plate. I believe it's number 20, Wyatt Hoffman. Foul ball, third base side. Head coach John Scanzano couldn't grab it. He thought about it, but he decided better and not attempt it. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Dodd able to settle in, but a whole new ball game as 7 runs scored for Camden County has tied the ball game. It is 12-12 as we head to the top of the 6th on BFA Sports.
Let's go, Bert. Someone make me a play. Let's go.
Got ourselves a brand new ball game. 12-12 in the top of the 6th. Christian Caminati going to face off against AJ Tropiano. Start things off in the fray. It's a called ball. One, two count now to AJ Tropiano. Walked in his last appearance. That ball skied high, shallow left. Could be trouble. Good effort, but couldn't get to the baseball. Real nice effort there by the left fielder. Just stretches out, and that's Jimmy Kale. Just somehow found a spot out there. So Tropiano aboard with a single. And we get back to the top of the lineup for Scotty Young. Scotty Young with an RBI single back in the 4th. He squares the bunt. No dice. Checks back the runner. Squares up to bunt. There's a good look over at first base. Tropiano stretches out his lead. The ball goes down in the dirt. Scotty Young works his way into a 3-0 count. Ball 4. First 2 runners in the 6th are aboard for the Roadrunners. Head coach John Scanzano calling out a play here. And there's a ball foul out of play. He attempts a bunt. Again, Camden trying to get back on the same page. What a different set of circumstances from how this game started. Ball is bunted. Bruno gets it down. Going to try to make the play. And the ball gets away. So the small ball pressure works. RCGC continuing to run through. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, and inexplicably, the speedster in Jimmy Bruno goes all the way around the bases on what should have been a sacrifice bunt. They score 3. Well, the great Bob Costas had once said, one of the things he loves most about baseball is sometimes you'll see something that you've never seen before. And that in itself, bit of a unique scenario. Dom Reese out there trying to help reset the defense for Camden County, and some well-thought-out execution by the RCGC coaching staff as they applied pressure via small ball. But 3 runs are on the board in the 6th. Nobody is out. It might have been the catcher just overthinking it just a little bit. Hansberry looked over at third, decided to go to first, and when he did, throw ended up off the mark, and well, a little bit of damage is done there as Aaron Graber comes in. First pitch called strike. That ball is hit hard out into the deep part of the center field gap, and that ball is gone. Home run, Aaron Graber, as the Roadrunners have started things on fire here in the 6th. You'll see the tail end of that on the BFA instant replay as it just misses our center field truck by about 5 feet. But that one was on the button. A little Oppo Taco action for the lefty. Solo shot. Will now give way to Felix Diaz. Flew out to right in his last at bat. Ball is up and out of the zone. Now 2-1. Still no outs again in the 6th. So Camden was down 12-3. Tied the ball game. And now the Roadrunners answer back with 4 to start the 6th. What a seesaw affair. 28 runs scored in this one. There's a ball popped straight back and foul. Caminati, he'll wind and fire yet again. Breaking pitch, laser back up the middle. Felix Diaz with another base knock. Big part of the order here for GC was Graber, Diaz, and now Bresniak. Rocco Bresniak. Bresniak cuts through this baseball. That one goes straight up out into right field. Cervini's able to make the play. And now 1 out. Ball's fouled straight back into the screen. There's a ball skied foul side. Over there at first base. There's a shot down the second base. On the steal and the move is the big man Diaz. He's going to swipe second, and on the throw, he'll end up getting third. As the designated hitter, Greg Cristino, is at the plate. Now 2-2 is the count. Did he go? Nope. Say he did not. So it's 2-2. There's a ball dropped in on the right side of the field. Diaz will score. Kind of in a bit of no man's land, but an RBI for Greg Cristino. So the inning will continue. Oh, my apologies there as I misspoke. Try to reset my scoreboard here. Now 17-12. Got a new runner into the game, number 5. He's over at second base. Knew that there was a change defensively, and that is number 20, Wyatt Hoffman. Of course, Hoffman can do some damage with the bat. Pitch misses for a ball. And now got the Roadrunner lineup updated for you at home. And that ball misses. Hoffman go down to first base. Is Edwin Hernandez will now appear for the 5th time in this contest with the bat. Still 1 out, top of the 6th. That's a called strike. Runners go, double steal, throw down to third base, and he is in there. Good hard swing, but a better stop. Coluccio with a big play over at third. And a nice pick, but not before it's going to plate number 5, Sean Brown. Now an 18-12 contest. There's a hard hit ball by Tropiano. It's fouled on the third base side. Tropiano singled and scored a run earlier in this frame. That ball's fouled back to screen. And they end up getting out of the frame. So they're able to try to battle back, but give credit to the Roadrunners as they score 6 in the 6th. We're head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll come back right here on BFA. Here we go, bottom of the 6th inning. Camden County College baseball here on BFA Sports. Ethan Dodd came in the 5th. He'll continue things in the 6th as he faces Zach Cervini. Should be followed by the catcher Ryan Hansberry and the center fielder Aiden Crean. First poke is a foul ball. Third base side out of play into the woods. Pitch is called outside for a ball. Reset things here. It's 2-1 is the count. Swings through and misses. Now evens it at 2-2. In an 18-12 contest. There's a ball chopped second base. It'll be Hernandez over to Diaz for the 4-3 putout. Good work there by number 1. There's a swinging strike. And there is called third strike. So some good pitching here to start things off from Dodd as he gets Hansberry looking backwards. KO go in the book. And the pride of the South Jersey South Shore Baseball League. Pretty fired up as he's locked in here in the 6th. Aiden Crean now comes back in. Crean walked and scored a run in his last plate appearance. Ball's fouled out of play. Third base side into the woods. One-two count with 2 outs. That ball foul, third base side. Some of these long pitching and batter duels continued on. That ball misses upstairs. Evens the count at 2-2. That ball goes skying out into the deep left center field. It goes off of the fence. And there's Crean with a stand-up double. Good piece of hitting by number 7. That'll bring to the plate Applebaum. Alec Applebaum, the big first baseman, swings through the first offering of Dodd. Time is now called by Crean as he wants to give up the Evo shield. That ball is called for a ball upstairs. Swing and a miss. Applebaum takes another look, takes another pitch. Now worked his way into a 2-2 count. 2 outs. And Aiden Crean out there at second base. They're down by 6. Another good battle between batter and pitcher. That ball misses upstairs. And he makes his way down to first base on the walk. And that'll be Zach Coluccio. 2 outs, runners at first and second. First pitch is a ball. As Dodd tries to settle things in. Swing and a miss. Dodd trying to get out of this frame. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Dodd takes the advantage back. It's now a 1-2 count. Ball is up and out of the zone. There's a ball skied foul out of play, third base side. First base side, that is. Ball 4 is now called. So the bases will be loaded up after Coluccio does the job. And now Camden, it's like deja vu all over again. They were down 7 runs headed into the 5th. Tie the ball game. Give up 6. They've loaded the bases now in the 6th with 2 outs and have a chance to put a dent in the deficit yet again. It'll be Jimmy Kale. Winds and fires that one. Drilled out to deep left field. Going back is Tropiano. He gets it. Turned him around for a second. Made it look interesting, but they get out of a threatening position and hold on to that 6-run lead. Top of the 7th. It's just minutes away here on BFA Sports. Here we go, top of the 7th. Scotty Young in to face Christian Caminati. Young walked and scored a run, and this one's going to be a hard hit ball out into deep right center, but able to make the catch is Crean. Going to need those sunglasses. Sun is fading behind the trees, but the deepest part of the outfield, that sun glare is right in the eyes of the fielder. One out here in the 7th, Jimmy Bruno with an interesting story to tell at dinner tonight. His last inning came in to drop a would-be sacrifice bunt. 3 runs scored, including him. So he made it around on an errant throw to first base. Showcased that speed that he's well known for. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. It's a little bit of revenge as he gets him to chase upstairs. And number 23, Aaron Graber. You might not believe me if you just joined us, but in a game with 30 runs on the board, there's only been 1 home run, and that was his last at-bat. A laser just to the left of dead center field. And that's what put the exclamation point on the scoreboard is his solo bomb represented the 18th run for the Roadrunners as he takes a big hack. Goes foul territory over the third base side. That ball drops out. Another ball down in the dirt. And, that grabbed a piece of the umpire, Mark Rowan. Chases that one down in the dirt. Going to be called a foul ball. And it looks like he's going to make his way down to first base on the walk. And now stepping to the plate will be the big first baseman, Felix Diaz. That ball's a called strike. That ball now down in the dirt. Catcher going to come up with it. Hansberry couldn't get it there in time, and another stolen base. So good work there by Graber on the bases. 2-out situation, though, 1 and 2 here in the top of the 7th. Scott out to shallow right, getting himself underneath of it and collecting is Cervini to end the frame. 18-12, bottom 7 is on deck here on BFA. Bottom of the 7th. Keeping things going here. Camden now battling father time as sun is beginning to fade quite quickly. Ethan Dodd trying to work at a high tempo. Catches that one on the corner, now 1 and 2. That ball chopped foul. He's going to feel that one as it is a little chilly out here. And there's a hard hit ball, but a good play by Bresniak as he gets the ball over to Diaz. First pitch there is a called strike. Caminati now on the swing. It's quickly 0 and 2. And it's going to get him on the tag for out number 2. Todd working at a feverish pace as he's picked up 2 strikes quite quickly. Found his groove. There's a ball that's fouled out. Play off the bat of John Martinez. So he's trying to do a little bit of math, and thus far going to combine 29 walks in this one. And that'll end the frame, though, and a nice strikeout by Dodd. And due to time constraints, that one will do it. So that is a ball game. Your final 18-12 as the visitors of Rowan College of South Jersey Gloucester take this one 18-12, and that is a final. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. Thanks to the Camden County Baseball Organization and Camden County Community College Administration for having us out for this one. It's a final, 18-12. We'll see you next time here on BFA Sports.